I'm happy.
You're happy.
Yeah.
My name's Andrew.
Andrew, good day.
You're happy.
I'm happy. Or is the other Deaky, Dozy, Biggie, Mickey, Titch?
Yeah.
Either one of those.
Yeah. Do you live here in Castlemaine?
No.
Passing through.
No, shopping.
You buying chili plants? What kind? Green ones? Red ones?
Red ones, yeah, red
Hot
ones.
ones.
Hot ones, put in the garden.
Yeah.
Summer like this, bit of rain, inch of rain every week,
Yep.
chili plants. Hang them in next to the garlic. The garlic's already in, nearly ready to harvest in another month or two.
I used to grow chilies myself.
Did you?
Yeah.
Why'd you stop?
I didn't. I just I haven't got around to redoing it for this year.
Yeah, it's a good year for chilies. I can
it?
recommend. Yeah, Castlemaine's the chili centre of the universe, really.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Mexican restaurant got burnt down. That's a problem.
So you don't live here, but you're...
No, I live in Taradale. You must have heard of that, Andrew.
No.
You haven't heard of Taradale?
I know. My
I'm deeply
education is
offended.
incomplete.
Have you heard of Taradale? All you people out there.
Where is it? How far away is it? And
It's 16 k's.
and what's there?
Our house?
You.
Our guy.
Who's
Our
us?
post office? Who's us?
Yeah.
We're called the Hendersons.
Big family?
No,
Small family.
very small.
Yeah.
I'm the tallest.
You and... How many?
Wife and 16 children.
It feels like 16.
No, they've all left and gone to Melbourne. There's only one at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're dwindling. They're going off.
Right.
They spread their wings and fly. Yeah, it's fantastic.
Apart from chilies, what else do you have there? Like just a picture of this beautiful place.
Of our place?
Yeah.
Oh, look, come on your way home, come for a cup of coffee.
All right.
Oh, olive trees, a full dam. First time in 4 years where we've got a full dam.
Yep.
So just throw the water around everywhere. Keep planting trees, oak trees, fruit trees. Got a big shed, full of stilts, juggling balls, tap dancing. I've been to tap dancing class this afternoon in Castlemaine. Just off to Israeli dancing now. Castlemaine is the cultural centre.
I didn't know tap dancing existed in Castlemaine. But
Yeah, 1:30 every Friday.
Yep.
Or Monday or Tuesday evening, 6 o'clock, be there.
And what do you do with the tap dancing lessons?
I practice.
You practice?
That's what I do with the lessons, I slowly practice,
Right.
Yeah, and then this evening, Israeli dancing, round in circles, beautiful.
And where's your wife? Doesn't she come with you too?
She's out earning money so I can do all these things. she's out earning money so I can go. Oh, happily, very happily.
yes.
More happily when she comes home.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the problem. But when she comes home, I make her welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah, put her feet up, give her a massage, make her a cup of tea.
Do you cook?
Yeah, I cook chocolate cakes.
with
Cook dinner
chili?
every night. Yeah, chilies, yeah. And a lot of cumin and green coriander. This is the best year for green, fresh coriander.
Yeah.
We got a wonderful crop of coriander. It's failed about the last 4 years. But this year, the fresh coriander is just perfecto.
What do you put coriander in? What do you use?
Moroccan eggs.
Yeah.
We eat a lot of, First meal we had when we went to Morocco was green coriander and green parsley. Just a lot of oil, a lot of olive oil. Just chop up the parsley.
Right.
Eggs, eat them with your bit of bread. And so we had a bit of those for lunch on a Saturday.
Very nice.
And lots of curries, rice and lentils.
Right.
Green coriander goes with chilies, yeah.
With this picture of your house, I still don't quite have it.
Okay.
What sort of house is it? What's it built on?
Oh, it's falling over. It was someone dragged it up from Melbourne on the back of a truck. One bloke brought it up from Melbourne on the back of a truck. It's an old weatherboard thing from someone sold in Thornbury to put units there. And so it's on stumps that are sort of not quite right. We're the third owners.
How did you find it?
I drove up the driveway to visit a friend and they said, do you want to buy our house because we need to go to Melbourne? And we said, okay, we'll buy your house, yeah.
Just like that?
Just like that. It was one of those serendipitous things, yeah.
Did you have a house at the time?
Yeah, we had another house.
You sold that?
Well, yeah, we did later, yeah.
You just wanted, you thought
This one had a flush dunny, which was really handy. Because the other one, well, a very flush dunny. The kids love that. I mean, and it had light switches you put on because, you know, we were out in the bush and solar panels and, you know, you had to go and bury the dunny can in the garden, which was really good for the garden, made very good chilies. But we moved up market. Yeah, we moved 240 volts and flush dunny. So
Civilization.
We did, yeah, we did. We haven't looked back.
Do you have television in there?
I must admit we do. We watch SBS.
That's not what I was asking.
No, I got in before you asked. Yeah. It's SBS for us. It's sex before sleep.
Is it?
Just sit down, put it on, bit of shoulder massage, you know, and 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. There's usually a very interesting movie on to watch. So yeah, we do have a television. Is this a survey?
No, expressly for that purpose, I guess.
Expressly that purpose. Well, now the football season's over. Yes, that's right.
You watch football?
I do. I must admit, it's a childhood addiction that I haven't grown out of.
Do you watch it? Does your wife watch it?
She's coming around. I must admit. Yeah, she's English.
Yeah.
So she has a great aversion
Yes.
It's just sport in general. But yeah,
You're Australian?
I'm Australian, Melbourne born, yeah.
Right. So, of course, your religion is football.
My religion was football, yeah. I grew up, in the Essendon cheer squad. I used to go and sleep outside the ground on Friday night on the, all for 10 or 12 years I'd go and sleep outside in my sleeping bag on the footpath to be there first and do all that time
And
making banners.
Which is your team? Which is
Essendon.
Still?
Yes. Yeah, do you change? Some people change.
Well, I don't know. I'm not into this religion.
Are you not?
No.
You
I'm
don't follow
curious
it?
about it. No.
No, what's your religion?
I don't have one. I live in Sydney.
Hey, I'm going to Sydney next week.
Are you?
Yeah, I'll be there next.
What do you do there?
I'm a clown. I do shows in schools and kindergartens, do entertainment.
So you run away and come back home?
Yeah, that's right. She lets me out every now and then. I go away and earn money and come back.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
But do you choose to live out of the city?
Melbourne City or Castlemaine
Any city?
Oh, yes. Yeah, choose to live out of it. Yeah, choose.
Somewhere crazy, somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere, the more isolated, better.
Crazy,
you can't see the
in an
neighbours.
ironic sense.
Yeah, well, yeah. The criterion I enjoy is that you can't see the neighbours.
Uh-huh.
That's right, I enjoy it. And they can't hear my trombone practice.
Which is what they enjoy.
Well, that's right, they do, yes, they do. It'd be very difficult in a flat. The times I go and stay with people, if I have to actually practice the trombone in public, it's a little bit discerning. So that's a great advantage of living in the isolated life.
What other instruments do you play?
I play with them. I don't actually, I play with them, yeah. But the trombone's the main passion at the moment.
Is it?
There's a Castlemaine swing band.
Of which you're a member?
Of which I'm a member, yeah. A founding member 4 years ago. I started the trombone, and it's a wonderful event.
And how long have you been a clown?
All my life. Professionally, yeah. I worked as a clown as a kid. When I was a teenager, my parents were a member of a travelling troupe. Used to go around old people's homes, psychiatric hospitals, and I used to be I couldn't do anything. I couldn't sing or dance or act, and so I was the clown. They always made a fool of me, and so I grew into it. Yeah. But professionally, I've been earning money for about 20 years, I guess.
And it's something that you can't give up.
Well, I was thinking that. I just turned 50, and I thought, well, will I be doing this when I'm 70? Well, why not? I'm getting better. My timing gets better than it was 20 years ago, and I'm much more relaxed about being a clown. So I think it's something...
Classic clown?
Just a dag, really. Yeah. I've got about 3 or 4 different shows that I do. One's a plumber, it's a show about water, and another one's a musical tour around the world where I'm a school kid, and in each of them I guess I'm a character clown. So I do a bit of whiteface sometimes, juggle music, nonsense on stilts, that sort of clown. Right. But it's just the life you live, really. Once you're a clown, you just walk the streets of Castlemaine laughing.
So you're really the exception to the rule, aren't you?
What's the rule? Which rule, Andrew?
About the classic story about the clowns who are actually not happy at all. They're sad.
Oh.
Sad people. But you're a happy person.
I am.
So you're naturally happy, and you make people happy.
Well, that's a very rewarding part. They pay me as well, but I do enjoy that aspect of it. I love it when they clap.
What sort of thing does your wife do? What sort of person she is more important?
Oh, that's right. What sort of person she? She's a wonderful person.
Of course.
Yeah, of course. That's right. Or she wouldn't be my wife. No. She's a space physicist.
A space physicist.
Yeah. She looks at solar winds, and that's what she trained as. She did a PhD in space physics in England, and so she looks at the universe and does sort of physics things, hard sums. No. She travels out and does that.
And does she work for a university or?
No, she works for a school. Yeah.
And how did you meet her, and why, and how did your paths cross?
What time of night's this on?
7:30, so be careful.
7:30 report. Christine, if you're watching, I'll only tell the truth. I really love it how people look down, when people are being interviewed in the studio, I really like it when they turn around and look down the lens of the camera, but I won't do that for long because I'm talking to Andrew. It's very rude. How did we meet? We met in Zambia. Yeah, in Africa. We were both working in Central Africa.
In what field?
In different occupations. She was a physicist teaching at the university, and I was an educational psychologist. Had a real job then.
So this was before you became a clown? Or
that was just, where you just that natural, the big suction tube that sucks you out of school into university into a job. So I just went down that tube and had a job as an educational psychologist for 3 years.
But how did you end up in Zambia with that? From here, presumably, you went
from here, from Melbourne. Life's a wonderful little journey. I found there's. I'm going to write a book one day. I'll give it to you. But I always wanted to go to Africa. I had a dream of being in Africa for some reason. Every Sunday afternoon on television there was a wildlife Serengeti program, and I'd sit and watch that Sunday afternoon and dream of being on the plains of Africa. And then I was at a party last year final year university at a party the night of my final exam.
Yeah.
A woman walked into the kitchen and someone introduced me, and she'd just come back from 4 years in Zambia where she trained as a teacher. So I said, how did you do that? And she said, application's closed next week. I went and got an application form, put it in, and I was in Zambia within 2 months. I applied. I did a teacher training there. It was a government exchange scheme. Went to university in Zambia for a year, did a dip ed, and then worked as an educational psychologist.
And while
for the next 3 years. While there, met Christine, this
How?
wonderful English woman. How? Dancing. We were dancing. We were at a party dancing, and she thought, I like the way you dance, and I thought, I like the way you dance.
Yeah.
So yeah, and so now we tango together.
Yeah. And
There's tango class in Castlemaine as well. I must extol the virtues. We go tangoing every month in Castlemaine. There's tango class.
And you tango with your wife?
Yeah, we go tango classes. We tango in the lounge room as well. People often want to know how you stay so happily married so long. How you and so
And
the
what do you
prospect
say
of show.
when they ask you that?
Oh, it's a good question. What do I say? Well, I guess the bottom line's love, but in all its manifestations, and communication on lots of different levels. So communication on all those different levels of gardening and music and sex and food and communication, spiritual level. So,
And a bit of luck that you're compatible as you grow up and grow older.
Or is it sifting? I'm not sure whether it's sifting. Sort of all those other ones gone before. Luck in finding each other, I guess. Yeah, and hard work. Because
Had
it's not
either
always
of you
easy.
had any serious relationships?
Yeah,
before?
we've been in long-term relationships before.
Yeah.
And they hadn't.
And how did you know this was the right one at the time?
I didn't. It was just a fortuitous event. It was very pragmatic in that we met in Zambia, and that was in the early 70s. And women's lib, I call it women's lib, for want of a better name, was very ripe then. So there were lots of separating couples. There were women having children by men that they didn't necessarily care who the father was. There was people, and I always had a great affinity with children. I used to love playing with little children. And so we had a conversation in this house that we were staying in at the time. I had a conversation where I was lamenting the fact as a male I lacked the ability to breed. So there was this advantage in being a female, that you had this option that you could have children regardless. You just need someone to sire them. And so Christine said, look, I don't really like children. I really find they get in the know, they're little rugrats. But look, if you want to have kids, I'll have some for you and you can take them away. Oh, great, I thought. Okay. So the next day we thought, you know what that means? You're serious? So yeah, so we were both serious. That's a true story. And so she said, look, I'll have your kids for you, and you take them away, bring them up. And so we did that. It was a pragmatic arrangement. We went off, and it took us 3 years to have a kid. We worked really hard at it.
Glad to hear it.
And so we did, So 3 years later, we had a kid, and I think Christine found that it wasn't that easy. But, up until then, it was still that pragmatic arrangement. I'll have your kid for you. We'll keep trying.
But what was the relationship at that time between you?
Oh, well, we were getting on fine. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it had its moments.
Because the original arrangement sounded as though it would be just a fling, and then you'd go your own ways.
Yeah, that's right. That was the original arrangement.
But you grew closer together.
Well, yeah, we did. Yeah, we found we had we didn't know each other very well then. We were just acquaintances in a larger community in Zambia.
Perhaps if she'd fallen pregnant straight away, it might have been different.
Could have been different. We might not have found we had so much in common. So we travelled a lot in Africa. In the process of that, we left Africa. Stayed in Botswana for 3 months, walking in the Kalahari Desert. Then we went up through Kenya along the coast. We travelled together, went to
all
England.
this time trying to have...
Yeah, all this time just trying to breed. Yeah. So what's wrong? What am I doing wrong? Come on. And after that, we just found that, we...
When the first baby came along, is that when the change took place, do you think, in Christine?
Oh, I think so, yeah. I don't know much about maternal instincts because I'm a father. But I'm sure that she just couldn't... As we'd pictured, she couldn't hand over this child and say, okay, well, I've weaned it now, here, he's yours, life on our son,
It never came up?
No, it wasn't an option. This is, we were just together and we were parents together. So we said, this is good, let's have some more.
Just grew from there.
Still growing, yeah.